You ever notice how tariffs always seem to come up right when sellers are prepping for the biggest time of the year? It's like clockwork. Well, we have got some breaking news again on that front. What just happened might give sellers a little breathing room heading into Q4. Hey everyone, I'm Sami. I run Labels Growth, where my team and I help Amazon sellers grow their brands through A to Z account management, PPC, and listing optimization. And today I want to break down the next 90-day tariff extension, what it really means for you as a seller, and why honestly tariffs might not be the long term fix we think they are. So let's dive in. As of today, there's been a new executive order signed, basically hitting pause on tariff hikes for another 90 days. To put that in context, earlier this year, tariffs were swinging wildly, going as high as 145%. That's brutal for any business importing from overseas. But recently, the US and China pulled back, bringing them down to 30 to 10% as the base rate plus an additional 20% tied to certain categories. And now, with this 90-day extension, that lower rate will continue. Now, here's the kicker, this isn't just about tariffs themselves. The whole point of the pause is to give more time for negotiations. The US has been pushing China to buy more American agriculture products, soybeans in particular, as part of the broader trade deal. So, this isn't really about solving tariffs permanently, it's about buying time for political leverage. The, the big question though is what happens when we hit day 89? Will there be another pause or will tariffs spike again? Personally, I think it's unlikely that we'll keep seeing unless extensions, but we are definitely going to watch intense negotiations unfold this fall. So, what does this mean for Amazon sellers specifically? Let's talk reality here. Tariffs hurt US based sellers more than overseas sellers, especially Chinese sellers on Amazon's marketplace. Even when tariffs are in place, many Chinese brands don't raise their prices. How? A couple of reasons. First, some use underreporting tactics to make their manufacturing cost look artificially low. If they claim their product costs 10 cents to produce, then a 30% tariff only adds 3 cents. It's not accurate, but it's let them absorb the cost more easily. Second, their profit margins can be razor thin and still sustainable because of the dollar to yuan conversion. One US dollar stretches much further in China than it does here. So while US sellers need a decent margin to cover labor overhead and marketing, Chinese sellers can survive on much less and still stay competitive. This is why tariffs don't actually level the playing field the way we might hope. The structural advantage remains. So, how do we actually solve this problem? One idea economists bring up is something called purchasing power parity. It's basically a system where currency exchange rates would be adjusted to reflect the actual buying power within each country. In practice, it would prevent sellers from gaining an artificial advantage just because their costs are lower in their home country. But realistically, that would require massive cooperation between platforms like Amazon and governments. And let's be honest, that's not happening anytime soon. So for now, tariffs are just a temporary bandage. But this 90-day extension is still a win for US sellers heading into Q4. Because you can get your holiday inventory into the country at the lower date. If you're smart and plan ahead, you can avoid the risk of sudden tariffs hikes hitting your cost during the most profitable part of the year. The bottom line is this. Tariffs aren't the magic fix for competition with overseas sellers, but this pause gives you a chance to strengthen your position before the holidays. And if you need help optimizing your listings, running PPC, or scaling your brand during this crucial season, that's exactly what we do at Labels Growth. Feel free to reach out, and if you like some support in getting your brand to the next level.